As promised in my previous video where I was building these beautiful titanium do-it-all sturdy cycles, I'm making a second episode about my bikepacking setup. I will show you several custom solutions, including how I managed to achieve this strapless look of the bags on my bike. So get comfortable and enjoy. I already had a chance to test the setup during a 7-day bikepacking trip in Canary Islands earlier this year, where my friends and I did a Grand Guanche route, riding across different islands every single day, catching the ferry in the end of the day to the next island. Before I start, I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about the bike itself. In case you haven't watched my previous video, this is a fully custom titanium sturdy cycle sealer frame set with 3D printed elements like bottom bracket, head tube, dropouts and seat stays. The frame has all possible mounts, triple cage mounts on the fork, mounts under the down tube, mounts on the top of the top tube, mounts for the frame bag, mounts for mud guards, and even mounts on the back of the seat post. It comes with 3D printed titanium sturdy stem, cranks and seat post, SRAM force shifters and rear XPLR mag that I sanded down to aluminium and used ceramic speed gauge with oversized 3D printed titanium pulleys. I'm also using a custom carbon battery that is lighter than the original SRAM XS by 10 grams, and it's also smaller and looks great. You probably saw it in a couple of my previous builds in the previous videos, but now it comes with the Twisted Wheels logo and I offer it for sale in the UK, so if you want one, I'll leave the link in the description to the video. I'm using a super light Garberuk chainring in size 42 on the front and 1044 Garberuk cassette on the back. This cassette weighs just 285 grams, which is amazing. My choice of saddle for this bike is Bjorn Setka. This is the lightest 3D printed saddle on the market, weighs just 135 grams, and it's extremely comfortable. The handlebars are also made by Bjorn. This is their new G-Rule model, gravel specific model, weighs just 170 grams, and it allows clip-on Aerobars, which is very important for me for this specific bike. It's wrapped in the Berg bar tape, and I use 3D printed titanium bar ends that weigh just 7 grams and made by Lucendi WW. Now I have not one, not two, but actually 3 wheel sets for this bike, which I swap around between different bikes. First one is a 700C Superlight road performance wheels that I showed in the previous video. They are built on light bicycle WR45 rims, tactic hubs and carbon spokes, weighing just 1150 grams, which is incredible. These wheels have 90 kilograms weight limit, so don't work for bikepacking. The bike with these wheels weighs between 7.5 and 7.6 kilograms depending on the tires, which is not bad at all for a bike that has more metal parts than carbon. The wheels that I have on this bike right now are the 700C all-road wheels that I built on light bicycle WR40 rims that have this nice wavy profile and unidirectional matte finish. To be honest, I regret a little bit going with the matte finish on these specific rims because matte finish makes this wavy profile less visible, but I still like how they look on this bike. The hubs are H-Works 318, they weigh just 299 grams and come in this nice matte titanium color. Finally, the spokes are Sapiem CX-Ray and the total weight of the wheels is 1450 grams. And the best thing is, I can use these wheels on any bikepacking or all-road adventures I want. The last set of wheels that I have for this build is 650B. These are built on light bicycle mountain bike 27.5-inch carbon rims, DT240 hubs and Sapiem laser spokes. And I have Ultra Dynamica Rose 48mm tires that fit this frame just right. And to be honest, I prefer 650B wheels for any off-road bikepacking because they make the center of gravity of the bike lower and you do feel it when you have bags on your bike. And also they allow using wider tires on your bike, which again is a benefit when you ride in off-road. Guys, before we continue, if you like the bikes that I'm building, if you enjoy watching my videos, don't forget to put a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. That all helps my channel to grow and the best way to support my channel. Thanks a lot. Let's move on to the bikepacking bags. My choice of bags remained the same from day one, and you saw these bags in the previous videos that I made. This is Apidura Expedition Collection. Why I chose these bags, there are many reasons for that. They are 100% waterproof, including the seams. They're super light. Apidura offers full range of bags, so you have saddle, frame, handlebar bags, also the bags for the fork, for the top tube. So you can have all bags in the same style for this nice clean look. Also, having used these bags for a number of years, I can definitely say that they're durable. And last but not least, they look great. Now let's put all these bags on the bike and I'll show you how I achieve this strapless look. As you know, Apidura doesn't make custom bags or bolt-on frame bags, so I had to go creative. So what I did, I took the standard frame bag that fits this bike, carefully removed all straps by cutting threads and then heating the sections where the straps were glued. Finally, I used the sharp blade to cut the remaining strap parts. So that's how the final result looks. No straps on top, no straps on the back or on the front, nice and clean. And for the bag to retain its shape, I bought these carbon straps on eBay. I think I paid £20. I then cut it to the right size to hold the top of the bag and also the front of the bag. And finally made the holes to match the bolts on the frame. To make holes in the bag, I actually used a soldering gun because it makes this nice round shaped holes and also melts the material around it slightly, which prevents it from spreading. Finally, I used bolts with the bigger heads and also the washers to increase the contact area. It does take a couple of minutes longer to install this bag, but I usually don't take it off during the bikepacking trip, so you only install it in the beginning and then remove at the end. But the benefits of this setup is that you get a super clean looks, it prevents any rattling sounds, and also it prevents rubbing of the straps against your frame. When it comes to the top tube bag, Apidura actually does make the bolt-on bag with all the holes at the bottom. You can just make a hole in the right place and mount it on the frame. I use Apidura 14-liter handlebar bag for my front, and usually the main problems with the handlebar bag is that first, it is rubbing the head tube when you turn in the handlebars, and second, it's rubbing the tire. So to solve both problems in one go, I ordered this custom titanium front rack from Proto Studio. I sent guys all the measurements and they made this tiny rack. It's really small. It weighs just 250 grams. And the main idea behind this rack is that it will be supporting the front bag. It's not designed to carry big loads of weight. The handlebar bag will still be hanging on the beyond handlebar, but this rack will be just preventing it from rubbing the tire and the head tube. I think it looks pretty rad. I'm actually using this rack outside of bikepacking to carry my Café du Cycliste bag, which fits here perfectly. You can use it as a coffee ride bike or pub bike, though it would be the most expensive pub bike you can get. Time to install the Apidura handlebar bag. So as you can see, this rack protects the handlebar bag from rubbing the tire and also protects the frame from rubbing from the handlebar bag. Perfect! I also really like using Apidura accessories bag that you mount on top of the handlebar bag, and you have easy access to anything that you need on the ride, whether it's snacks or spares or something else. I'm using the largest Apidura Expedition 17 liters saddle bag because I can always roll it down into a smaller size if I don't need to use all the space. But usually I don't leave any empty space in my bags, so packing bags in the morning is always a pain. To achieve the strapless look of the saddle bag, I couldn't use the same approach as for the frame bag. The reason for that is I need to be able to remove the saddle bag easily because I carry all my clothing inside, so I couldn't bolt it directly to the seat post, and I had to come up with a different approach. I also wanted to solve two annoying problems with saddlebags. The first one is saddlebag rubbing against the seat stays, and the second one is the saddlebag bouncing left and right while you're pedaling. So what I did, I asked Tom to make additional bottle cage mount on the back of the seat post, and then I used the standard aluminum bottle cage that I bent to the shape of the saddlebag and attached to the adapter that allows sliding it up and down that goes into here. So when the frame bag is installed, it's really stable and it doesn't slide down and it doesn't rub against the seat stays. And also you don't see any straps going around the seat post, so it looks like there are no straps, but in fact the straps are going over the bottle cage that I installed and the adapter. So if you need to remove the bag, you can easily do this the same way you remove the saddle bag. So unstrap here, here, and you're done. I want a bit cleaner setup without using the bottle cage and adapter, so I ordered a custom titanium cage from Proto Studio, the same guys who made the front rack for me. When the cage is ready, I'll definitely post some photos on my Instagram, so follow me on Instagram not to miss it. Now usually this setup is sufficient for me to carry everything that I need on a bikepacking trip, but if I need to carry even more stuff, I have the King cages, titanium cages that go on the fork on both sides, and then Apidura fork bags that attach to these cages. I do like to use clip-on Aerobars on my bikepacking setup, not for aero advantage, but mostly to change the position on the bike on long trips. After trying several clip-on Aerobars, I eventually found the ones that are comfortable for me. They are made by Profile Design. They came with the aluminum extensions, but I replaced them with carbon made by Ultimate Use. And why I like these specific Aerobars is because they allow you adjusting your position up and down, also allowing you adjusting pads separately from the extensions, and also allowing to spreading your pads wider. I've obviously replaced all bolts with titanium bolts that I bought from T-Parts. Guys from T-Parts have pretty much all possible nuts and bolts for any possible bike. Finally, I've installed the 3D printed mounts for SRAM wireless blips. These mounts are made by Leap components, and I've also replaced the standard buttons with Leap components. I really like how they look, and I think this is the best option you can find for your Aerobars. For bikepacking trips, I usually replace the standard water bottle with the magnetic feed lock. There are two benefits of using feed lock. First one, it doesn't interfere with your bag, so you can easily install and remove it. And the second one, they release this large 750 milliliters water bottle that has the same length as the standard water bottle, because they can make their bottles wider because they don't need to feed the standard cage. This is great for bikepacking adventures because you can carry more water even with the smaller sized frames. For cold weather riding, I have this thermomark made by Elite, which usually goes here. And last but not least, if I need to carry some extra tools, I use the fabric cap that goes on the bottom of the down tube. If you want to see what gear I'm carrying in each of the bikepacking bags, there is a video on my YouTube channel from a couple of years ago. I'll leave the link in the description, and also it should pop up here. But my gear hasn't changed in these 2 years that much. I think the only investment I've made is that I changed my tent, and I bought a very light 900 grams tent from Big Agnes. Everything else stayed the same. So check out that video. Let me know if you have any questions. So that's all I wanted to show in this video, folks. I hope you found it useful. If you did, don't forget to put a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, because in the next couple of months I'll be making 3 videos about building super light high-end bikes, including Tarmac SL8, Trek the Money, and Bronton T-Line. Yes, believe me, you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
It's not coming out.
Now I know why I need bar and plugs with holes.
Huh? Yeah.
So diners also like to ride bikes.
But they also like to ride scooters or cars.